This is Mark Summers, and I double dare you to listen to the 3CT podcast.
You know, man, if we go short, we go short, right?
Fuck, dude. Look at me. I'm 400 pounds. Going short is my fucking bread and butter.
I can't make it.
I can't make it. I'm fat.
Don't ask me to do any. Hey, friends of the 3 Count Thursday podcast and 3CT and all of its subsidies. You want me to be involved? Book me for something that does not involve walking.
Yeah. Fat.
Just lazy.
Yeah.
I go to the gym.
Yeah. How's that going? You're still doing it?
Yeah, man. I'll try to go 3 days a week.
Good.
Can't tell if it's doing anything because I'm working out, but then I'm also drinking full-bodied Mountain Dew bahas. So whatever, man. I'm just trying to do my best. But yesterday, I went to the gym yesterday, and I actually notated what I did. I did like a 10-minute walkie to start, and then we did legs yesterday. So some hip abductors, some hip adductors,
Okay.
some leg curls, and some leg extensions. We would have done leg press, but it was too crowded. But yeah, 4 sets of 10, starting at 60 and ending between 100 and 120.
There you go. Nice one.
I'm just getting in there, trying to build up a callus. Today was an off day because we go Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And so next session is going to be chest. It's buys, tries, and chest. So it's going to be the hardest workout I know, which is our bicep work or our. We do like a cable deal where we take the whatever the grip is that's there, we take it off and just leave the carabiner and like the little knuckle
Okay.
of the cord. And we do, it's like a superset where we hold the knuckle and then we do 10 straight down, like we're jerking off a horse.
Yeah.
And then 10 sideways. So like you're jerking off your friend in front of you.
Right.
And then it's 10 overhead, like you're
Jerking off somebody taller than you.
You're jerking off Andre the Giant, and you do it on both arms.
Oh, okay.
And that's one set.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So 10, 10, 10, switch, 10, 10, 10, 1. And we go 4.
Wow. So 40
And
each way.
by the time we're done, my arm is falling off.
Yeah, I believe that.
Off.
I fucking believe that, man. Yeah,
Then we bench press.
Jesus. Yeah, it sounds like a terrible day. It sounds like a day I would not like. It's bad, man. I really, and like there's no excuse for me, like, because like to do literally at this point to do anything would be better than what I currently do, which is nothing.
That's where I'm getting myself to, is like I'm going to the gym and I'm trying to make sure that like I'm working hard enough that it's doing something, but I'm not killing myself to make it to where I don't want to go back.
Right, like I effing hate this. I'm never going back. I'll die at 48.
I am still building the habit.
Yeah.
But my super secret science job has a what we call Move It challenge.
Okay.
Where it opens it up to everybody, and basically starting August 1, we're doing a minutes challenge.
Okay.
So we track our exercise, and if you make it within a certain minutes threshold, you hit a certain rank. And top rank is 2,000 minutes in a month and a half.
No, I assume there's some sort of incentive
Yeah, like we have like a rewards thing at work where we
Yeah.
like get like rewards points and we can turn that in for like beats or whatever.
Yeah, we have. I think we use I think it's the Vitality app, I believe. Same deal. Yeah, with different like, you go for a checkup, you get a certain thing. You go for your dental appointment, because again, for companies that are paying insurances, their employees being healthier saves them money. So the more that people go and work out and get healthier in any form or fashion, is going to help companies in the long run, and it's going to keep people healthier and hopefully happier. So yeah, I need and it tracks the movements that I don't do on my Apple Watch and syncs with the app. So yeah, it's just, and that's part of my problem too, is like I am and for those that know me, this will come as a very big surprise. I'm a creature of habit, and I like to have things like planned and scheduled, and I like to have some structure around my life. And currently I don't have a workout exercise routine. So to get something new into my routine, admittedly, is one of the biggest challenges that I face. And it sounds lazy and stupid, and it is lazy. But like, I know for a fact that like, if I just started like trying to go to bed, like even a half an hour to an hour earlier, like even if I want to watch something on TV, instead of doing it in the living room, like in the recliner or whatever, where I'm like on my phone or on the computer or, doing this or, I'm thirsty, I'll have a glass of iced tea or this or that. If I just like go into my bedroom and do that and just like lay in bed, my body will already start to, at least like think, hey, it's almost time to go to sleep. So if I can just like do that and like and go to sleep an hour earlier, and if I can wake myself up an hour earlier and actually, instead of just like, oh, I'm gonna look at my phone and blah 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 social media in the morning, and just get my ass up and like just to start fucking do the big loop around my fucking neighborhood for 15 minutes. Like,
yeah,
like I know that getting that into a routine, which can then turn into a half an hour or do 40 minutes on the fucking exercise bike that I walk past every day and collects dust. Like I know for a fact, like if I do those things, it will eventually get easier for me to continue to do them.
Right. 30 days to make a habit, 30 days to break a habit. And like, I don't go every other day. Like there's days where like 2 weeks ago, I didn't go at all 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was the release week of college football 25. Nope. I was busy.
I'm on vacation this week.
No, I'm not on vacation. I'm at work. We got some work to do in Norfolk, Virginia. The Old Dominion Monarchs. We got to put some shit together.
We got recruiting to do. We got to go on a recruiting trip.
Russ never sleeps, baby. We got to keep going. We got to push it. And so like we just called it and was like, yo, all week, let's get our recruiting in. And now like week 2, week 3, now can't believe it's like the start of week 3 of that game being out.
Yeah.
And like we're going Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And like the trick is that like, and this is how I am the worst. I'm the worst player, but I'm like a really good coach. So like I can't necessarily tell you. I can't tell you what to do, or like I can tell you what to do, but I cannot like put it into practice for myself because I will easily discount it.
Sure.
But the trick is like don't let one day's like if you miss a day, that is okay. Or if you eat like crap a day, that's okay.
Yeah.
Or if you don't hit the gym as good as you would have on another day, like you went.
Yeah, and I get that. I get that logic point, what you're saying, because like, so in college, in college, like as a lot of people tend to fall into, I was a heavy smoker. I smoked a pack a day. This year is actually, this October will be 17 years since I quit, which is fucking wild. But like there was times where I'm like, man, I gotta quit. I'm spending money I don't have on cigarettes that I don't fucking need, that make me feel like shit, smell like shit. I mean, here's the deal. Smokey and I, Ryan, we would sell like DVDs to the music store in Kutztown and count like pennies to be able to afford and split a pack of Jack's Light 100s from Sheetz that were like $2 and like 8 cents a pack. And we'd each get 10 and 10 on a pack of smokes. Or like, you know, we figured out what day was the now I don't think they even do these anymore, but back in the day they used to have like buy one get one free packs, or like buy two get one free. So we actually, and this is how addiction works, we learned the delivery schedule at Sheetz in Kutztown, so we knew what day was cigarette delivery day. Well, the one year I didn't have classes on a Monday, and I would drive up. There was a town, about half an hour north of Kutztown, and I would just go and I would buy 5 or 6 buy one get one frees, and that'd be my carton for the week. But the trap I would fall into sometimes when trying to quit is I would go 3 or 4 days, and then I'd go drinking or something, and I'd break down and I'd buy a pack of smokes, and then I would go, fuck, I guess I'm still a smoker. Which, like, now I've kind of learned. Now, again, I haven't smoked a cigarette in 17 years. I only recently started smoking cigars, like when I play golf. But like the better logic, and I actually credit like Ozzy Osbourne with putting this together in my head, is when you're addicted to something, every day is its own challenge. So if you win today, you won today. If you fail, if you fall off the wagon today, get back on the wagon tomorrow. Like, don't just be like, oh, I fell off the wagon, I can never ride a wagon again. You know, so yeah, like with if I decide I'm gonna work out, if I'm gonna start committing, because like, dude, if I go back and I look on like Facebook memories every now and again, like I'll find one, like it'll be a day where I went on like a 3-mile walk, and it's like, yeah, gonna start getting healthier, and it's like, oh, that didn't work out so good, did it, Jim? But like if I break myself of that mindset where it's like, okay, well, if I walk for 4 days straight and then I just didn't feel like doing it on day 5 or whatever, fine, day 6, just get up and fucking do it. Don't let it defeat you. So yeah, like that's what I need to do, is I just need to actually, I also hope that as the weather turns away a little bit from Satan's asshole here in the Northeast, that it'll actually give me more motivation to go outside, because I'm not kidding. Was it 2 weeks ago when it was like the hottest week ever, I think?
It had to have been.
My wife and I went out to dinner on Friday. And when we left the house Friday, when I was done with work, I had realized that I had not, with the exception of taking my trash cans to the curb, I had not left my house since Sunday. Like, I had been outside of the doors of my house once in a 5-day span. Like, oof. Yeah, like that's kind of the pitfall of working from home sometimes. It's like, I don't need to go out there. It's hot. I'll do the same thing if it gets super cold in the winter. Like, I don't need to go out there. Have you been out there? My nostrils will freeze. I'm just going to stay in here where it's 68 degrees.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, man, I'm glad to hear the gym thing is going good for you. I admittedly I need to get much better with that. But so there was one thing from Thursday's show that we didn't get to touch on, because when you take a week off, you actually can compile a pile of things to talk about from the wrestle world. Then I at least have one thing non-wrestle related, but I've seen people talking about, because I think I think it had to do with Braun Breaker, that the reason he didn't win the title at, what was the last pape? Was it
Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank. That he didn't win it at Money in the Bank was because Triple H wants him to win it at SummerSlam, which is this upcoming weekend. And people have cited in the well, I guess it'd be 2 years now that Triple H has been booking. They've picked up a kind of a pattern of Triple H is what I like to call bigger show booking, where he will not have a title change or a big victory for somebody on an episode of Raw or SmackDown, or at Clash of the Champions or the upcoming Bad Blood in October, because he wants them to get a win at Survivor Series. He wants them to get a win at Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam. Which, I mean, to a point, I agree with. I don't think that Cody Rhodes's finishing the story would have had quite the same impact. At a random June, at Backlash, from the Columbus Arena. I think that's a WrestleMania moment, but is there a danger in applying that booking style too heavily? I know, with Vince McMahon, if there was any sort of pattern, it was that chaos was the pattern, and tearing up the script was a pattern. But Vince McMahon had his kind of go-to styles. But is this bigger show booking thing, could it potentially become, I don't even necessarily want to say the word predictable, but in a way it kind of is.
It is. But also too, make people pay to watch it. Make people pay to see it. Right? You put it on TV, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. It's going back to the conversation we had on Thursday, right? Where WCW didn't run big arenas, but they would for Nitro. And they did Hogan Goldberg in the Georgia Dome for the WCW title on a Nitro.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was free. Well, free for cable. Now, I get it. Cable back then, ratings mattered. Ratings mattered a lot more for ad revenue and stuff like that. Whereas now, you can get a fraction of the rating and it be counted exactly the same. But also, back in the day, there were 60 channels on television. And now you have to compete not only with traditional cable, you have to deal with streaming cable, whether it's YouTube TV, Philo, Sling.
Yeah, Sling. What are some of the other ones?
There's at least 4 or 5. Hulu.
Yeah, that's right.
Hulu has live TV, but you have all of those you have to compete against. Plus, you have social media, and you have DVR. So it's there's so many things, so many different things that take people's eyeballs. But I can understand Triple H. You want to make SummerSlam a big deal, then you put title changes at SummerSlam. That's why LA Knight's going to beat Logan Paul at SummerSlam.
Right.
It's why, Braun Breaker's going to be a made man at SummerSlam. It's why, the big story beat for the Judgment Day is going to be at SummerSlam. It's not going to be on TV because you're not you're not doing TVs to sell the pay-per-view.
Right.
If anything, now with the premium live event era, you're doing stuff on pay-per-view because people have Peacock. It's free, essentially. These pay-per-views are everybody who owns Peacock has it for the Office, okay?
Yeah, I mean, what's the max price on Peacock now? Is it $10?
I just looked. I have Premium Plus, and it's $11.
Okay.
But it's because I have like the $5. I have the $5 plan from
Xfinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's a $6 add-on
for
no ads.
Yeah, I mean, I still do the free because we have like the highest level internet from Xfinity. So when they took it, they were taking it away from just most Xfinity subscribers, but we found out if you have the highest tier internet, because we both work from home, video game streaming, we YouTube TV, podcasting, like we don't want any internet issues, so we just get the highest internet, and they still gave us the cock for free. For I think it's for 2 years, and then they'll probably start charging me, but yeah, it's as far as streaming services go, it's still one of the, if not the most economical. Especially now, if you do that, they have like that app, Apple and Netflix, I think, as a 3-way tie-in for like $15 or $17 or something, which is going to be cheaper than subscribing to the 3 separately. I think I pay more for Netflix than I do for the 3 of those together.
Right. But that's also with ads.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure, you add the no ad option and it goes crazy. But yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to you're doing stuff on the premium live events to encourage people to go to TV the next Monday or the next Friday, right? Because you're not getting the big buys per se for buy rates on pay-per-views because there's no pay-per-view to buy.
Right.
That's why they're touting a lot of all of the numbers being for sellouts and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like they're hyping up live attendance numbers because that's where they're making their money.
Well, yeah, I mean, also it's because for the first time in a while, their attendance is something to boast at. Not that they were hurting on the pay-per-view side. It was Sans, what was that one? Was it like, I forget, there was one, it was like the lowest attendance for a WWE pay-per-view. It was like a July, I'll have to look it up. But yeah, like it's a good thing. But I guess I don't necessarily have an issue with not doing title changes on TV, which, I mean, the exception of the rule was just recently we saw the Raw tag titles, or whatever they're called now, the World Tag titles. Stomping Grounds 2019. It was at the Tacoma Dome in Washington.
That shit is pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
that is 47 years ago.
It was, man, but they did less than 6,000 people in a 23,000 seater. Yeah. It was one of the lowest attendance ever in WWE.
Right, because there was a lot of people complain about AEW, like the AEW fans and stands who are like, oh, people keep posting all these pictures of half-empty arenas and like nobody's coming out. That was WWE.
Yeah.
Like right before the pandemic.
And that was when AEW was hot and fresh and new and was doing NHL arenas, not B-level college arena. But the worst, I think, WWE one of all time was the Taboo Tuesday in 2004. They did 3,500 in the 18,800 seat Bradley Center in Milwaukee.
on a Tuesday, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's a little bit of a hard sell.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a hard sell.
I do wish, though, and I hope that this changes when WWE goes to Netflix. Because when WWE goes to Netflix, I think all bets are off.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time.
And I can't wait for when they go to Netflix, because they've announced that internationally you can watch Raw, NXT, and SmackDown all on Netflix.
Oh, that's right.
Plus the premium live events. So for all you friends of 3CT that are listening along, if you really want to cut your cords, wait till January.
There you go.
And then what you do is you get rid of Peacock, you get rid of your TV subscription, and you invest in a VPN.
Yeah.
And VPNs are cheap. I like private internet access. That's really good. The VPN I have right now is called Proton VPN. I'm probably going to get rid of it and go back to private internet. But all you do is say that you're in Canada, then pull up Netflix. You're in Canadian Netflix, and you can watch Netflix. You can watch Raw and SmackDown and NXT and premium live events on Netflix.
Oh shit!
It ain't hard.
Dude, it's really that cheap? I might need to.
VPNs are cheap, dude.
Dude, I might need to do some investing. So then I can watch my Orioles games. That's my big reason.
Yeah.
Because fucking blackouts. But yeah,
and just to give you guys an idea on what we're talking about for pricing. So for private internet access, you can do, right now they have a 3 years plus 3 months deal where you can pay for 3 months of VPN right now. So 3 consecutive years of VPN plus 3 months free for $79.
That's insane.
It goes for $460, but there is a 83% off discount right now.
That's freaking, yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I guess I don't have as much of an issue with the bigger show booking idea if you're gonna if you're doing more title changes on pay-per-view premium live event. I guess, like, to me, depending on what it is and who it is, and I get that, like, Braun Breaker, the reason that they may be having this, he may have this thinking with Braun specifically, is because, like, this dude kind of is, and not to use the Brock Lesnar terminology, but Braun's kind of this the next big thing, really. He's burst onto the scene, and really has kind of launched himself, both with his spears, and yeah, so we will, I guess, yeah, I don't have an issue, but also too, like, with the move, I wouldn't be surprised if when that move to Netflix happens, if in those first couple months, if Monday Night Raw doesn't become like PLE must-watch TV territory.
Oh, I can't fucking wait.
Because they're going to have to give people a reason to tune in on Netflix. You know why I'm going to be tuning in on Netflix? So when the crowd chants, "You fucked up," we don't hear dead audio for 6 minutes. That shit, I'm telling you, that...
I think, so I think WWE is doing that on purpose.
So that it
you know, that's my big conspiracy theory, is WWE is purposefully muting and black screening on television so that when they have a selling point to get a Netflix subscription and be like, oh, hey, by the way,
next month,
don't have to put up with this shit.
I can just picture Triple H sitting there at the Survivor Series fucking post show. Yeah, just remember that in 6 weeks you're not going to have to deal with people blurting out the F word anymore. God damn it, Tim, you're right.
Hey, by the way, first Monday Night Raw of hold on, here we go. I need to find the exact date. January 6th. Oh no!
No!
Raw's January 6th.
Oh no!
Monday Night Raw is going to be storming the Capitol, uncensored.
Chris Jericho returning to WWE for the first Raw on Netflix.
Right? No, but I can easily see him going.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
First Raw 2025. We're going to start off the show with the national anthem, but we've replaced every word with the F word.
They're just going to show the clip of Paul Heyman.
You can suck my fucking dick.
Yes, it's just going to be who has the biggest potty mouth in the WWE? Is it Punk? Is it like I'm trying to think of who could go out there and essentially
Will
just,
CM
like,
Punk be a heel by January?
No. But he's going to go out there and they're going to put somebody out there with a live mic and they're going to let him say the fuck word and the shit word, and they're going to send the dude out there with the biggest penis and he's going to whip his dick out. And Liv Morgan's going to wear just see-through booty shorts.
Big, it's enormous.
Like, it's going to be there. It's going to be, you know what? Do you remember what the catchphrase was for Monday Night Raw in 1993?
What was it?
Uncooked, uncorked, uncensored,
Uncorked.
Netflix.
Uncorked. Good Lord.
Uncooked. No, sorry. Uncooked, uncut, uncensored.
Uncut. Uncorked. I like uncorked.
Uncut. Fun fact, anytime I try to say that on Final Wrestling Place, I get my words confused. So I have multiple times said uncooked, uncucked, and uncensored.
I mean, living life uncucked is actually a good way to live, Tim. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know, man. Jim Cornette has made a living.
Supposedly. Maybe.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. We don't want to.
Allegedly, I haven't been there.
I haven't been to
do with Stacy.
I haven't been to cuckold Cornette castle, the castle of Cornette.
But you got to bring a burger towel. I've heard you have to bring a towel.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just the respectful thing to do if you're going to stup a guy's wife. You bring the burger towel so he can eat while you do your business.
Yeah, you can eat while you eat.
That's the proper way to do it, Tim. But yeah, we will. Yeah, I can't wait for Raw on Netflix. But God damn it, you're right about them purposely doing this, because it's really only been somewhat recently, like this year, that they've started really going hard in the paint on the cutting the audio and cutting to black and all that shit. So you're fucking right. God damn, you're so smart. All right, so last Tuesday, me and Miss Big Jim, we saw the Foo Fighters in Hershey. It was a bucket list, definitely a bucket list for her. She saw them once before, but it was not a good performance. They were kind of like, I guess they were hammered and like goofing off, and she said it was awful. They actually left early. So when they announced the last couple tours, they were either like out near Pittsburgh or they were in Camden, and it's like Camden sucks. I just don't want to go to Camden. And so this year when they announced that they were going to be in Hershey, we were like, we should go. And then the tickets went on sale, and then they were sold out like immediately. And it was like, well, fuck. And we kept looking at resale, $200 per ticket, $250 per ticket. It's like, shit. So we kind of had like reserved ourselves to, we're not going to see the Foo Fighters on this tour. And then last Sunday, Smokey gave us the Iggy that they just dropped these $48 tickets last minute, and we're like, let's just fucking do it. Went, saw him, fantastic show.
I hate that I didn't go.
So fucking good, man. To the point where I'm like,
Let me see.
I gotta reevaluate my top frontman list, because I feel like Dave Grohl has to be, like, if you're talking like top 5, top 10, he has to be in there. The ability of that dude to just command an audience is unbelievable, and to see it live is
Do it live.
Is fantastic. So that's kind of a bucket list thing. But going up to the show, me and Mrs. Big Jim were talking, and we saw Blink 182 last year. That was like her 5th time seeing them. It's her favorite band, and she said that really the Foo Fighters was kind of the last bucket list band that she has to see. And then I was kind of thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know if I have a bucket list band yet. I want to see Metallica again, because the only time I saw them, it was a shit situation with the audio and where we were sitting at the Lincoln Financial Field. So they're a band I'd like to see again, and probably Garth Brooks is the only one that I could come up with that I'm like, that I have to. I have to. Everything else, it's like, I don't know that I need to if I get a cheap enough ticket, or it's not super crowded. Then yeah, I could probably go. But I don't. Now I've seen WrestleMania now. I think like Garth Brooks and probably the Royal Rumble are like the only two things that I can really think of that I'm like, yeah, those are two things that I absolutely want/need to see live. Do you have any bucket list bands or anything?
I have a ton. I have a ton of bucket lists.
Really?
I have a ton. I want to see a Super Bowl live. I want to see a World Series game live. I would like to go to an NBA Finals live. I want to go to a Royal Rumble. I definitely want to see the Commanders play live.
Okay.
I have not seen the Commanders at all. I want to see Garth Brooks live. I would love to go see Metallica again. I want to see the Foo Fighters live. I have not been to an AEW show live. I would like to go to an AEW pay-per-view. I was seriously debating going to see Sting's last match and going all the way to Greensboro.
Now, you would want it to be a pay-per-view and not like a Dynamite?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to a Dynamite. A pay-per-view would be cool.
Go to a pay-per-view. What else is a bucket list item for me?
You saying with the Commanders, I seeing the Dallas Cowboys live, especially if I can get to, because I've never even seen them here, which I'm actually debating. I know they come to Pittsburgh this year. I know, like, obviously they come to Philly, Washington, New York. But I don't, outside of Washington, I don't know that I want to go see the Cowboys at either of New York or Philly. So I've debated looking at tickets at like Washington.
Pittsburgh would be fun.
Or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a solid. I love it's a neat stadium too. I've been there for a Notre Dame Pitt game.
Tons of history.
But yeah, seeing the Cowboys live, especially at AT&T, would be cool.
What else? Does this have to be like events?
It could be concerts or events, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like places.
No. I mean,
so going to Puxatawny for Groundhog Day
I mean,
counts.
that would be fun. Yeah, it's an event.
But But going to the Football Hall of Fame is not.
Okay.
But if I said go to a Football Hall of Fame induction ceremony, that counts.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've been to the Hall of Fame. I've been to the old College Football Hall of Fame. It used to be in South Bend. Now it's in Atlanta. Yeah. I've been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, Hockey Hall of Fame.
The Hockey Hall of Fame is in Montreal?
Toronto. Yeah, I've been there twice. I was there as a kid, and then I went there in 2016.
That's right.
Yeah. So, dude, let me tell you a little story about the fucking Hall of Fame induction. So, it was the year, I think it was the year Aikman got inducted. It was Aikman, Warren Moon, and I think there was somebody from the Eagles that got inducted that same year. I want to say like Reggie White or something. Now, granted, he was passed away. But friends of mine from college, one is a Houston Oilers / Tennessee Titans fan. I am a Cowboys fan, and the one guy is an Eagles fan. And the Eagles fan and the Titans / Oilers fan got tickets and went out for the Hall of Fame induction the year that Warren Moon, and it was a famous Eagle, and Troy Aikman got inducted.
So I have the list here. It's Reggie White, Troy Aikman, Warren Moon, Harry Carson, Rayfield Wright, and John Madden.
Yeah, it was because it was Eagles, Cowboys, Oilers. It was Reggie White, Warren Moon, Troy Aikman, and these two fuckers, they went, and then they had the audacity to text me a picture of themselves at the ceremony, and I go, "You assholes! Why would you not?" Like, one of them lived they live. One was in Philly, one was in like the Allentown area. I'm like, I'm west of where you live, you assholes. Ryan and I could have came along for the trip, but no. So yeah, that I'm still obviously pissed about that.
I want to be at the Little League World Series.
Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go one of these years, man. It is so much fun.
I want to do a Little League World Series.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you actually want to go to like the championship game, or do you just want to see any play there?
I'm down to go during like the days where they like just play.
Dude,
every team plays.
The first day of play is the best. I went up there with my dad one time, and games start at like 10 in the morning, and every other hour a new game starts because they have the two stadiums.
Right.
So like 10 a.m. one starts here, noon here, 2 p.m. here, 4 p.m. here. So you can go, and it's all free.
Yeah.
You just go and watch a crap load of awesome baseball and get like cheap food and
get sunburnt
and get fucking torched. Actually, when you sit, they have most of the grandstand is covered at the main stadium. Mm-hmm. The other one, it's like it's not as much as covered, but yeah, you will get burnt. But yeah, it's a fucking blast. So literally, I'm down. Not this year because I have like no PTO left whatsoever. But let's seriously consider that next year. I will absolutely take the day off and drive to Williamsport. Yeah,
Marcus
dude.
would too.
My friend Chris will go. It is a fucking blast.
What else is on my bucket list to go see or experience live? I'd like to see Notre Dame at Notre Dame.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see an Olympic opening ceremony or closing ceremony.
Oh, okay. Well, they just announced 2032 in Salt Lake.
Yeah. And I have somebody in Salt Lake.
There you go. There you go. There's that.
But that's the Winter Olympics, right?
Yeah. See, okay. So yeah, it is, right?
No, 2032 would be 8 years from now, which would be another summer.
Let's see. When did they announce it? 2034. It is the winter. It is the winter.
because so every Olympic, there is an Olympics every 2 years, but it's every season is every 4.
I mean, personally, so we're in the midst of Olympics now, starting this week. Are you more of a summer games guy or a winter games guy?
I love the variety that summer has, but winter is definitely like prime Olympics for me.
Yeah, I like the Winter Olympics better. Obviously, they have hockey, men's and women's hockey. I love the speed skating. I love luge, bobsled, skeleton, curling. I'll put
curling.
I'll put fucking curling on, because especially with the 2 TV setup in the living room, I have like a 24/7 curling feed going there.
Curling sick. I love the slalom, the giant slalom.
Yeah, all the skiing events. Yeah, winter's more my shit. I do like summer though.
Skating too. I love figure skating too.
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of it. I'll usually watch like when it gets down to like the championships and stuff. There's definitely things I enjoy with the summer games. There's some of the track and field stuff, but dude, I unapologetically love water polo.
Okay.
Like what water polo's probably my summer curling, because like I can put on a fucking, Netherlands, Sweden water polo match and just enjoy it. For no good reason. But there's a lot of swimming, diving events I do enjoy. But I do enjoy the Olympics either way though. It's always fun to check out and watch some sports. Did you know with this year's there's surfing that's taking place in Hawaii? Like it's like, that's fucking weird, isn't it?
Nah, I think it's awesome, dude.
Like, hey, you're in Olympia. Cool, so we're going to Paris. Not exactly. But yeah, I do love the Olympics. Yeah, like I'm even just trying to think of, actually, what would be cool to see would be like a movie premiere. Like in Hollywood or like New York or something, to actually go to it.
Yeah, that's another thing. I want to see something on Broadway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw Les Mis on Broadway in like 2002 or something.
Okay.
And I definitely didn't appreciate what I was seeing. First off, I didn't really understand it because it's Les Mis. But like, junior in high school, Jim did not understand how cool it was to go see a Broadway show. So yeah, if I had the chance, I could probably, I think that'd be cool. I think it would be cool to see something at Radio City Music Hall. I've never been to like Madison Square Garden. Maybe like a WWE show at Madison Square Garden. But it's like, but it's not, it's like, as cool as it would be, it's not even necessarily like, oh my God, I have to go see this. It's not like truly a bucket list thing, because I'm not, if I don't see something at Madison Square Garden, I don't feel like I've been cheated, gypped, or like I really missed out on something. Like, I guess if I never see a Cowboys game at AT&T Stadium, like that one would probably be a bummer. Like, that's something I feel like I really should do.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like it was kind of wild to me when I thought about bands, and that, like, with the exception of Garth Brooks, like I just don't think I have an actual list anymore of bands that I feel like I have to see. Because a lot of my favorite bands, Kiss, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Dave Matthews Band, Striper, DC Talk. I've seen all of them. But yeah, I mean, Metallica. I mean, I've technically seen Metallica, even though it wasn't. It was Less Than Desire. I saw Queen and Paul Rogers. I would love to see Queen and Adam Lambert. I've seen U2. So it's like a lot of the bands that I really, really love. I've seen. I don't want to see Bon Jovi anymore.
Right.
Because his voice is about as blown out as Axl Rose's is.
Oh my God, that breaks my heart every time I see it.
Oh man, there's a clip that keeps popping up in my social media algorithm of him at like a show this summer, and he sounds like the guy from Family Guy, the old guy from Family.
He sounds horrible.
It's terrible, man. Yeah, it's a bummer. Like, and it's wild because I just saw. Like, I mean, Dave Grohl, like that motherfucker wails, and he still sounds tremendous. Seeing Hootie the other month, like, granted he's not out there really ripping his voice apart, but like that motherfucker's voice, Darius Rucker's voice, is still smooth as ever. It's just wild how there's some artists that have just shredded their moneymaker.
Yeah.
And for what?
For what? For who?
But yeah, man. Yeah, I feel like I've seen a lot. I mean, if the Capitals were like in a Stanley Cup final again, if I had the means to see it, that would be fucking cool. I feel like the big sporting events, like it sounds sacrilegious as a football fan, but like if my team's not playing in like the college football playoff national title or the Super Bowl, World Series, like I don't have a desire to be like, yeah, I want to go see a World Series game. I want to go see a Super Bowl. I want to go now. If I had the opportunity, if Notre Dame's in it, if the Cowboys are in it, if the Orioles are in it,
right,
that would be awesome. But I mean, the cost.
Baseball, it would definitely have to be like a Braves World Series.
Yeah.
Or like I'm going with somebody like if Matt had Phillies tickets
Sure.
for the World Series, I'd go. Or like if the Orioles played, I'd go. Or the Yankees, I'd go with Marcus to the World Series. But like the Super Bowl, I feel is a little different because baseball, you may only follow your team, but football, you follow the entire league, essentially.
True.
Like, there's not that many people who are football fans and go, I only watch Jaguars games. No, you don't, you fantasy football playing ass
Right, yeah.
bitch.
Nobody does.
Like, you know exactly what Calvin Ridley's doing right now.
I mean, I've regularly
not to get busted on another drug charge.
Right. I mean, I've always been more of a college football fan, like to the point where like if I'm not doing anything on a Saturday afternoon, like I have no problem tuning into, Miami of Ohio versus, Northern Michigan. If it's on, like I'll put it on. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be fucking glued to the TV, but it will be on. And I'll be somewhat actively watching it. But like if it's not the Cowboys playing or like Sunday Night Football when anything else is on, like I'm not watching the the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost call them the San Diego Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to put the Red Zone channel on because they're going to show me all the touchdowns. And then I'm going to check my fantasy lineup. Like if it wasn't for fantasy football on the Red Zone channel, I probably wouldn't watch a ton of the NFL. Because it's like I never liked the NFL as much as college. I've always been a college football man. But yeah, again, I posted it on my social media. If you have a chance to see the Foo Fighters,
Foo Fighters.
highly recommend. Highly recommend. They heavily implied that this will not be their last tour. So that's a good sign if you haven't seen them before. And I think that was another reason that we decided to pull the trigger on buying the tickets, because so when Paul McCartney, what actually has been his last full tour, came to Hershey in like 2017 or something, we spent the most money I've ever spent on concert tickets, and I would spend it again tomorrow. He was that good. I didn't go. I had saw Tom Petty in 1999. I was gonna go see them on their 40th anniversary tour, but I didn't, because it was like a Wednesday night in Philly, and it's like, I'll catch him next time. And then the tour ended, and he died like a week later. Like Blink 182, Mark got cancer, like a stage 4 cancer, and beat it. Like, so when they went on tour again, bought the tickets. Foo Fighters, obviously Taylor Hawkins passed away. And it was like, part of me was like, that Dave Grohl might be done, like, with music, as hard as that is to believe, but like, that's two tremendous losses that man has faced, with in his life, with losses in bands. But when they went on tour and they were around here, it's like, man, we gotta go, because the unfortunate thing is you never know if there will be a next tour. So that's kind of what helped us make that decision as well. Look at that, Tim. We're almost an hour in, man. It is that easy. It is that freaking easy.
Wrapping up.
You got anything else?
I don't, man. Just you guys. If you guys listen to this, you guys are the real ones. You guys are the true blues to us. We appreciate you so much, and you know what? For that, I'm gonna give you a kiss right now. You got a kiss.
Oh, look at that!
What kind of podcast do you think we are? We don't do something for our true listeners,
right?
So, here's the thing. Here's our little secret, okay? So, if you listen to this, come back on Thursday, and I want you in our chat to say, "Thanks for the kiss, Tim."
Yeah.
And that way, I'll know that you listen.
That you got to this point of the Tuesday show.
If you got to this point, I need you on Thursday at any point during the chat to be like, "Thanks for the kiss, Tim," and I'll know, and nobody else will know, and people will be like, "What is that?" And it'll just be between us gals. Okay?
Yeah, we won't. We will anti-Roman Reigns it. We will not acknowledge it.
But you'll know. I will. It will be a non-verbal acknowledgement.
We'll know. We'll know.
Papsky.
We'll know. Anybody who listened to this show will know. But that's it.
Correct.
That's the beauty of it. All right, everybody. So we'll be back live Thursday, 8 o'clock. Facebook, Twitter. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Fuck you, Elon. Get our merchandise over at our TeePublic store. Follow us on all of our social media at 3 Count Thursday. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star, rate and review, all of that stuff. Hope you're having a great week. We will talk to you on August 1st. Yeesh. Until then, stay safe, stay smart. Go for the pin.